Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Chris Jack, Canvas Nomad here, back with another one. I figured instead of just talking about all the stuff, I just bring you in on some of my little hobbies and stuff like that. And here is, I was in the middle of already doing this, and I'm like, yo, why don't I record it? And I figured I'd try something new out. At least I can get some content out there until I can really put out the content that I want. But I figured, these are some of the things that I do, and I feel like AI is it's a very important thing. You know what I mean? Hold on, give me 1 second. I need to see something. Um, Hold on 1 second now. Can you hear me? Need to make sure that that's a thing. Um, Also, I'm testing this out, so you might see this, you might not. But if you are seeing it, well, you're seeing me figure this out in real time. Um, yeah, let me make sure this. Let's see something. Sorry about this, y'all. I don't get the link to the stream until I hit go live. I'm not exactly sure how to find an easy way to just go straight to the stream. Oh, if you're on YouTube, duh. All right, give me a second, y'all. I'm just testing this out, but I'll get to what I'm showing you right now on the screen. I guess, just if you're digesting what's on the screen, I'm basically creating a persona for an LLM that I'm creating. Um, LLM is basically just a chatbot, and it has specific information on it. So this was what the computer gave me, and I'm like, yo, that's actually a really good idea to run with. And I'm starting to like amplify it. And that's what I want to bring you along with. But I just need to make sure that you guys can hear me. Because I tested this out last night and it didn't work. Um, so I figured, let me make sure it's working before I film a whole hour of streaming, my process and stuff. And no volume played at all. So that doesn't count. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to do this one here and test if I can hear myself. And then once I can hear myself, I don't know how to get it to the phone other than doing it this way. And this way takes quite some time. So I hope that I'm able to distract you a little bit, but continue reading what's on the screen and I will be with you shortly. I don't know why it's taking so long. So, all right. Basically, if you look here, it gave me this Shield Debriefer. So basically, I'm trying to figure out how to create a specific type of persona for my LLM. And I'm starting with this. I thought this was a great idea to make it into a case file where it's being read as a case file. I'm doing like a comic thing, so I'm trying to figure out a perfect way to do it. Not like this, right? It gave me a couple of other ones. Ground level survive a low level X-Men. I thought this was pretty dope too. I thought this concept was pretty dope. But it's like I think I would rather it from like the person who's known in that universe as that person than like some random school kid that don't really know anything but heard rumors of this. I'd rather like a more seasoned approach to giving back the response. So I like this, and I don't know if I can implement some ways into it, but maybe not. But I definitely like this one, Shield one. And then the other one that I thought was pretty cool was this. But then I'm like, but that, again, that kind of puts it in the same category as staying as one faction. And I think if you're gonna choose a faction, I would choose the faction that knows the most about everything. That's why, again, it goes back to the Shield agent. So I was like, all right, I want to do the Shield Debriefer, but I also want to add like a psychoanalysis to it as well. So it gave me this. Here are the two things that it's going to do. And again, I'm just doing this out of like, I really hope you guys can hear me. I really hope you guys can hear me because every time I start going off, I still don't know if it's playing. Oh my god! I just want, you know what I mean. I just want to get to showing y'all what it is, but it still hasn't. This video still didn't play yet. I don't know why. I really don't understand why it's taking so long. I really don't know why. Let's see. Oh, never mind. I got it. Huh? Good. Yeah. Oh, but it won't play. Right. Oh, here we go. Can you hear me? See, you can't hear me. Oh, here we go. You can hear me. Okay. Can you hear me? All right. So now we know that it's working. I can get back to what's going on. Again, apologies, people. I am running on the fly with you guys. I haven't used StreamYard in a minute. And by the way, there's a logo on the screen. Like I said, I don't know if I'm running with this yet, but if I like how it is, you might not even see this video. Or maybe you have to be on my Patreon to see this video. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen, but this is the first one that I'm doing, and I just want to show you, what I'm using, how I use AI creatively, just kind of teaching you, giving you. I'm not saying I'm not preaching to the choir here. I'm sure I am, but like sometimes you just need an idea or a push to push you in the right direction, and hopefully this video does that for you. So all right, let's get back to it. It's saying, all right, let's cook. Well, I've programmed my AI, so don't judge that. But you have these two things here that it's going to be when it's assessing a certain response, right? That's the framework, as they call it. Framework is very important for AI. Like, instead of trying to explain like what it is, if you use a specific framework, it stays locked into that framework and it'll always do what that is. So terms like framework is very important for AI, and I'm not trying to become an AI teacher channel. I just want to show you, possibilities that you can do, but I figured I'll explain along the way. All right, so now you have the first layer. It's going to do incident reports, basically the who, what, where, when, and results. Then there's a behavioral analysis, like analyzing the person's behavior, and then a psych one, where it's basically saying what could be the deeper lining. But the LLM that I'm creating, I'm putting a bunch of sources based on something, so it's gonna pull from those sources and be able to respond. You know what I'll actually do? I'll put the link to this um LLM so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So by the end of the video, I'll put the link in the description, and you'll be able to go into the AI and you'll see exactly how I was able to curate this, and you'll see how I create the LLMs as well. So you can definitely jump in on this. I believe the screen has a logo. So if there's a logo on the LLM screen, you'll see what tool I'm using. If not, it's just a chatbot that basically does this. All right. So then it's applying certain things, right? But then I was like, I like that process. I like the frameworks. But then I like typed up a whole thing. I was like, I want to be like inside Nick Fury's mind when reading it, right? So it then came up with this, like how would he do it, and then gave me a little. And I was like, I don't know if I want to sit there and get a whole response, and every sentence it's cut off like this. It's like that's not really what I want, right? And they used Anakin as like how the response would be. And I was like, nah, I think I still want the report itself, but we're adding more elements. So now get the files. So now everything is going to be based on a file from the sources, but you're getting it from that person's universe. Well, yes, in this case, let's do Marvel actually. So we'll use Nick Fury himself, and he will be the one like kind of overviewing the case studies. Um, so then, I gave more context to what why did it say Nick Fury? That's funny. Um, you were in the Marvel universe. I'm like, how would he act? So basically, after that, getting the idea of like what we're doing, I'm getting confirmation of the AI itself to tell me how this person would act. So now the words are going to be in the thread. So then when you pull later, it now remembers it because it talked about it. Yes, AI does have an idea of being able to pull sources from wherever it needs to pull to add context, but you kind of have to guide it in the right direction for you to do it. You know what I mean? And the easier you prompt it, because remember, after that, all of this becomes part of the prompt now. You know what I mean? All of this becomes part of the prompt. It's part of the conversation. So it's always going to reanalyze this entire conversation and try to answer you correctly. The only thing is, the more you talk in the conversation, the more it forgets like what's in the middle. It'll always remember the beginning, kind of like human interaction to a certain degree. It's gonna remember the first interaction and the last interaction. The things in the middle will start to, as they say, hallucinate. Now, I'm using Gemini, Google Gemini, because this is the one that reduces that problem happening the most. There's a million tokens in this chat box, and it's more of a research tool. So like it's different than ChatGPT. But when you're, let's say you want to brainstorm and stuff like that, I kind of use Gemini to get the research, and then I brainstorm in ChatGPT. So it's they have their use cases. You know what I mean? Like they have, like, there are some people that just like PlayStation, and there's some people that like Xbox, but like they're still an overall gamer. If you play on both, they would call you a real gamer. And then that's what this is. You're kind of just using maybe that's a horrible analogy. Don't judge. But listen, if you if you take if you take context from one and put it in the other, it'll flush it out. You know what I mean? And then like you can use Claude, but that's a whole nother conversation too. But yeah, okay, so let's get back to this. So now I'm creating the persona for it, and I'm like, how would Nick Fury, like the actual Nick Fury in Marvel Comics, um, behave, think, and everything? Like, how would he analyze a case file? So this is what it gives me, and I don't know the answer. I have an idea of the answer because I know Marvel Comics, and I know who Nick Fury is. I can't really articulate that what Nick Fury thinks like, if that makes sense. But guess what? This thing can't, because it's AI, because it's prompted to look for that. It's gonna look for that based on everything on the internet. But again, like, you just do it generally. See, over here, I gave it a general response, and this is what it did. Because I gave it a general, I'm like, yo, make sure Nick Fury is the one reviewing the file. This is what it came up with. So now that I'm being more direct with this information, now it knows what it needs to be programmed, right? So these are all parts of the thing that it wants. And then I'm like, what are the things we can add? Do you think we can add that? What are I'm like, what are the things that we can add? Like what do you think we can add, basically? And they said never be satisfied, blah blah blah. Again, I have it trained to, on frameworks. Like I said, pay attention to those frameworks. Um, I'm not trying to, like, it's not a tutorial. I'm just going over, this, like, the idea of it. So it gave me 4 more modules to add to the persona, right? And it basically broke down how it would use it, and then this would be like more like an ending response. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. Oh Lord, I thought I had more of this. All right, so we're continuing from here now. Just give me a second to remember where I wanted to go with this. And we're doing it live. We're doing it live. Okay, so now you get to see what I'm doing. All right, let's synthesize the persona based on. So basically, I'm just trying to get all unique information put into one response. And I guess that makes sense to put as a prompt too. But like synthesize, like when you have a word that does specifically that, the AI just understands how to do it better. It's weird. It's kind of crazy. Like using AI does expand your vocabulary to a certain degree. Now I think. Okay, so let's see how I'm gonna do this. And then, like I said, I'll put this in the description, and you can, and then if you want to learn how I do that, then I guess I'll do a tutorial. Just put it in the comment section below. Give this video a like first of all. You can't hear me. Oh Lord, what is going on? Okay. Yeah. All right. I apologize. Now we know like that I said, we're testing it. I can get back to what's going on. Again, apologies, people. We're just like I said, testing it. My bad. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I'm getting the response of it, and it's basically telling me the persona blueprint. It's basically giving all the descriptions, it's kind of creating a narrative, and this is like how I want. And then I'm gonna test this out and see if it works. And keep going. Hold on. Okay. So now the program that I have to use this only allows for 500 characters. So now I'm going to say condense to 500 characters. Yeah. Oh my, what am I doing? Oh, my fault, y'all. Condense to 500 characters. I guess to no more. Been a long day, y'all. Don't judge. All right. So I have the prompt that I want. Okay, actually, I actually really like that. So now I also have like a whatchamacallit that I created a gem. And I guess if you guys want to know how to create a gem, I can show you how to do that too. But I created a gem here. Come on. All right. Okay, so those are the previous conversations. I want to take this, and it already knows what I would want it to do, so I don't have to give it any explanation. I just kind of, because it already has. That's basically what a gem is. Like it already has um everything built into it. So now you could just, instead of doing the same task over and over again, you already have it built in, and you just got to press enter. Like I said, if you like that, put it in the comment section below, and I'll create a video based on it. This is very, very come on. This is very new, so I'm kind of sloppy right now. But I am definitely, this is just a chill session. It's not really just, I just bring you into my world really quick. I'm not looking for this to break the algorithm. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of chilling. If you want to chill with me, it is what it is. So yeah. Now this, see, here's the one thing that I don't like about this, but it like still does, it does what it needs to do correctly, but it missed the point. It's supposed to be about Nick Fury, and this doesn't. So I still gotta like work on this. The personas prompt. But for now, I like what the other things did, but just giving you an idea of again what AI can do. This is Gemini. Most people resort to ChatGPT, and things kind of work there differently because you have more customization on ChatGPT. Um, on ChatGPT, you have more customization than you have here. But if you like, it's kind of the same if you think about it. Like it really is. It really is. Because the memory allows you to serve on ChatGPT. The memory allows you to um go all the way to, like, it has a storage cap, but you also have space to put in custom instructions itself for the, for like the higher ranking prompts for all your conversations. Gemini doesn't really have the custom instructions part. You know what I mean? So like there's more customization there. But Gemini treats its saved memory as all as one. You know what I mean? So it's like you can throw that in there and it'll still have it. It's just not a tier higher than everything else. You know what I mean? So it's just how you use it. Um but yeah, this is one of the prompts. So now I pretty much am just wanted to test this out, show you like how I actually um how I use AI, because I know a lot of people are right now thing. Let me just use AI without exploring. Like it's, AI is coming. Like AI is coming. You know what I mean? Just pause. There are people out there that there's people out there using this, whether you like it or not. So why not adapt to the change instead of falling behind? Learn how to use this stuff now in creative ways. I'm not saying that to be creative. This could just be brainstorming. It could be journaling. It could be anything. It could be anything. I'll create a journaling one. Like it really, like it. The thing about AI, I gotta say why I'm like kind of really doing this, because showing you this side of it, because I really feel like um, I really feel like I'm just hearing people talk about it, and I'm like, yo, you do realize like there's nothing that can be done. So you, like, you can't resist it. Every TV show, every movie that deals with that kind of stuff, there's always the AI companion if the movie's in the future. Where do you think we're going? You know what I mean? So it's like you might as well jump on board. I'm not saying you have to be addicted to it or have to. It's like anything else, but don't act like you're not addicted to anything. There is an addiction that you have. You might as well choose one that's going to be the trend for the future. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if that makes sense, but if that's how you see it, at least is what I'm saying. To me, I see this as a tool that helps me think thoughts I wouldn't. It helps me think thoughts I would have never thought by myself. That's why I use it. It helps me articulate my thoughts a lot more clear. But yeah, that's really all for today. I didn't have a really long one because I now have the prompt, and I was pretty much I thought it would be a lot longer than this. But pretty much you can just think of certain ways. Again, I'll put this LLM in the destruction in the destruction in the description. I'll label it something like, I don't know, Nick Fury's persona prompts, and maybe that'll drive people in. If you're one of those people that drive people in and you want to see more content like this, please tell me below in the comment section. Like the button if you don't want to type anything, so at least that helps me if this is good or not. But yeah, it's your boy Chris Jack. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you made it this far in the video, you, my friend, are certainly appreciated. Peace.